I'll tell you, all my life I've been a listener, and I'm a man of common sense. I've heard some things tonight that made sense, and some things not so good. I myself, I believe the city needs to get back to their priorities of serving the people of this community. The people, by the people. I'm a compassionate man. For example, the city gave a year extension for a marina that's collecting dust and overgrown weeds. But yet, the last council meeting, a family pleaded to the mayor, the council, city manager, please don't tear our home down and demo it. Had a death in the family. I mean, that brought tears to my eyes. And my big question was, did it to city government? Also, there's a block grant, what I just found out at the last meet and greet. I had no idea. That block grant, which I don't know if it's federal or state funds, but that's regardless. It's for the people of the community. If they need a gallon of paint or some siding, maybe lumber, a screen door, flooring, carpet. Was that offered to this family? No. Why is the big question. You know, I've talked to a lot of people down in this community and down on the boardwalk. Probably more than the city has in 2 lifetimes. And people have told me they've given up on government. It's like 2 magnets. North and north coming at each other, and all of a sudden they repel because the city government doesn't want to do nothing for the people. And the people have given up on government. This is what I want to change in the face of politics. If I get elected mayor. And I agree with Mr. Keller as far as going back to a mayor form of government, because a mayor represents the city. A mayor makes common sense decisions, and it doesn't take an education to use common sense. It's a shame that they don't have a class in preschool or high school or college where they survey story problems and use the most sensible answer, where people would learn common sense in life. I think that the city needs to have more priority in serving this community and the needs of the people. As far as, you know, people not being able to vote on certain various things that the city imposes on the community. Say like this bus garage. It was brought up in the paper, then it was brought up by council, Mr. Fisher. It sounds like a wonderful idea, but I don't see the people coming to the downtown area. And that's something that we need to majorly address, is why we're not getting business in Port Huron. It's from the high taxes. You've only got 4 or 5, 6 people that own all the property downtown. The rent's very high. How do you expect a small business to grow or prosper when the rent's high, the taxes are high? And that's why you have several businesses coming and going, coming and going. There's nothing in this town for the young people to do. I'd like to open up a center for teens where other teens can go out in the town with other teens at a facility where it has pool tables and ping pong tables, computers, a small library, tutors from the college, mentors. So they can learn new skills and live a life. What happens if our electricity goes out? And what happens to the age of the computer? How are we going to survive? Economic priorities, business not working together with other business. We don't advertise enough on a national base. The wasteful spending. Eliminate the chaos. There's too many projects going on at once. We need to solve one problem at a time, one job at a time. High taxes, rentals. You know, they talk about the blight. I've heard a lot about blight. My real problem with blight is that we have an epidemic of drugs in our area, and it's astonishing. And these drugs are breaking up families, and many other people in the area. The people in this community do not feel safe. And the ones who are suffering the most are our children, and those children are our future. These drugs are causing a lack of education, increase in vandalism, crime rates. I believe domestic violence has tripled because of these drugs. And as a district, we must fight to resolve this issue, or we will all perish. We, as a whole neighborhood, have to come to work together and strive for a better future for our children and generations to come. Where families not only take pride in themselves, their children, their pets, their homes, but also their neighborhoods. The future is only ours to hold. We must come together and work together as a team. And as a team, we will all become winners. I want to beautify the boardwalk. Put a permanent bathroom down, and it's been long needed for this community and the thousands of tourists that come down here. I know that boardwalk was built on federal funds. That is a public walkway. My idea is to have a permanent bathroom that looks like a freighter. Now you're talking common sense tax dollars. A bathroom where people can sanitize their hands, a diaper changing table. Also, when they get done, they can take pictures with their family, with the bridges in the background. Now we're talking common sense, because you're going to have free advertisement. Free advertisement. How many millions of dollars do small business and government and city, state, federal level spend for advertising? It only takes a simple idea. Let me get back to where my paper is here. I lost it. Okay. What do we feel are the mistakes, if any, made by the city council and mayor? Well, bottom line is the Blue Water Festival. I mean, this is something that's it's been a part of history here for over 75 years. I remember 25, 30 years ago being on that Bears field, down on the water, and looking across the canopy with beautiful lights. The bridge. I mean, it added so much character. And I'm going to tell you, putting a beer tent in front of a business and collecting taxes from that business, I think that's an insult to that small business. Putting barricades up are for rioters and to keep animals out. It does not welcome tourists. These are things that we need to change. We need to prioritize ourselves to make this user-friendly tourist town. That is what this is called, the tourist town. The brochures look great, but there's nothing in the heart. Okay. And as far as making city leaders accountable to the citizens, I agree. I'd have to agree with what Brian Mueller said. And I tell you, I haven't told him, but he's kind of like a mentor to me. Because I've learned a lot listening to him. And that's what I